Hey everybody. Yeah, you can see it's my reaction to this whole Disney slash Barney department store fiasco, or whatever you want to call it, controversy or whatever. Yeah, and in case you haven't been paying attention, about a couple months ago or so, something like that. I can't remember, can't know if it was during the summer or end of summer or something like that. But Disney, it was announced that Disney was teaming up with a department store chain in New York. Obviously, as we have seen over the weekend, for those paying attention, basically the news broke over the summer that Disney was teaming up with a department store in New York. Basically, the department store being Barney's department store. And basically, the promotional artwork had certain Disney characters like Minnie, Goofy, and Daisy drawn almost very controversially, basically in an artistic fashion style that, when parents saw this, when parents, critics, people who had grown up with these characters saw this, basically felt that it was a betrayal to who the characters were. Basically felt it was distasteful, controversial. Well, they basically felt that it was very controversial, and basically felt that some felt it was very distasteful. While others are like, look, this is just a promotional thing. It doesn't mean they're going to change these characters into this manner, into this art style. So basically, ever since that was announced, people had been critics, those that have grown up with the characters like myself and my family, have been voicing their feelings, their difference in opinions, how they feel about it, whether they feel, hey, it's a good thing for the department store, and whether it was a bad thing to go with in the first place. Well, anyway, obviously Disney knew they were going to get a huge reaction out of this, whether it was a mixed reaction, negative or positive. So what Disney decided to do was create a all new 5-minute Minnie Mouse 2D animated short. Now, we can't really say if it's 2D or not, because the paper man looks like it's 2D, but it looks like it's actually 3D animation, but you kind of get the idea. But anyway, they decided to do an all-new, traditionally looking 2D animated short featuring Minnie Mouse, with I guess a bit of CGI in there, to kind of give the idea that to not only promote this partnership, which is obviously for the holidays only, and it's being dubbed the Electric Holiday, if you will, in this partnership between Disney and Barney's department store. But it's also to kind of give people the impression and the idea, for those that obviously were against it or felt it was too controversial or something, just give them the idea that, look, it's not what you think it is. And the way the short is presented, it shows that the characters, through magic, if you will, are basically turned into what was promoted. But that, besides that magic, if you will, they're still the same characters as we've known before. Yeah, they're still the same. Let me see. Hopefully it doesn't fall. They're still the same Minnie Mouse that we've known before. They're still the same Minnie. That's right, they're still the same Minnie Mouse as before. They're still the same Mickey Mouse that we've known before. They're still the same Mickey Mouse. Do I have Daisy? I thought I had Daisy in here. They're still the same Goofy. Yeah, they're still the same Goofy, believe it or not. They're still the same Goofy. It's still the same Goofy, I should say. I thought I had Daisy in here. Maybe I don't. Thought I did. But anyway, basically these characters, I got this from Disney, my first trip to Disneyland. But these characters here are still the same characters as before. That's right, they're still the same characters. I know people don't want to hear that, but they're still the same characters. I mean, well, not people don't want to hear that. I mean, I know people want to hear that. But I know some people still find the whole situation very controversial. I mean, I looked at some comments, and some of the people are still disgusted. I shared it with various websites, non-Disney websites, in their general discussion forums, and and there are some that like it, and there are a few that don't, and that's understandable, of course. But again, it's all about a promotion, and it's just obviously for the holidays. And the way it's done, not to give much away for those that haven't seen it. Basically, again, it's basically the premise is Minnie is fantasizing. That's all you have to do. She's daydreaming. She's looking at a dress and she's fantasizing and daydreaming. And you add in pixie dust along on the entranceway for the walkway in her fantasy. You add the pixie dust, the magic of the pixie dust from Tinkerbell in the entranceway of the walkway, and you kind of get the impression, you get the idea of exactly how this all comes, how they all become these big models and all that. They become what was promoted in those artworks. So my reaction to it is, hey, I have nothing against it. They at least, through this animated short, which is the first 5-minute 2D traditionally animated short starring any of the iconic Disney characters, in this case Minnie, in a long time. I think since, what, Runaway Brain or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I know we had Mouseworks and the House of Mouse. I'm sorry I kind of spaced out there for a second. I was thinking. But again, at least Disney took the opportunity, took the time to make this, and thus explain to those that found it controversial, found it in bad taste, that hey, it's not a permanent thing, it's just for promotional work, and look, at the end of it, you kind of get a satisfying answer. You kind of get an answer that you are glad about, if you know what I mean. You get a more traditional answer at the end, let's just put it that way. But my reaction again is I felt they did the job they needed to do. They explained why it was happening. They used the fantasy, the fantasizing, the daydreaming, the pixie dust magic on the entranceway, on the walkway's entranceway, and all that, entrance or whatever. So it gave you basically overall it gave you the idea of why this was happening and how it comes about, and basically, in my opinion, did a good job in doing so. Anyway, that's my reaction to it. That's my thoughts on it. I thought it was fine. I didn't have no problem with it. They do have some cameos in there by celebrities, like a certain controversial female singer right now, by a certain actress who was the star of a certain in the city, or of a certain And the City kind of show that was on HBO. And a few fashion moguls and icons of fashion and all that. So, that's all I'm going to say about it. Let me know what you guys think. Give me your thoughts and comments and video responses down below. Do you think Disney, along with Barney's Department Store, at least silenced the critics about this whole situation with this animated short? Let me know what you guys think. Do you think they did their job, or do you think Disney should have not done this in the first place? Let me know what you guys think down below. Comments and video responses are greatly welcome. Again, I'm sorry I spaced out there for about a second or so. I was just thinking, but let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you guys later. You all have a good day. Peace out.